10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I will rise above it all. You run me down.
Hi, and welcome to another episode of Dax Chats, proudly presented by Neon Horse in Stanhope, Victoria. And today we have a Canadian-born but Aussie singer-songwriter. He's living in Cairns in Queensland, a beautiful part of the world. He's got a whole new album out. It's called It's Never Too Late, and the first single off the album is called I Will Rise, and I'm talking about none other than Robert Ross. And today, Dax Chats to Robert Ross. Here he is. G'day, buddy. How are you? Can't hear.
We there?
Yeah, I'm here. I just don't know how. If you're there, are you there?
Don't touch the thing, so.
All right. I'm hearing you. I'm hearing you. Just a little bit. It's cutting in and out a bit. So let's see. So tell us about your journey. You were obviously born in Canada and moved across to Australia in 2009, I believe, and became an Australian citizen in 2014. So tell us tell us all about Robert Ross before moving to Australia.
Before moving to Australia, when I was freezing in the wintertime.
I'm sure, absolutely. It's like here. I think where I live in China, it gets to about -12.
That's a warm day in the wintertime in Canada.
So tell us about your journey before moving to Australia.
For things, did music on and off through the years, and did a lot in the construction, truck driving, that kind of thing. You know, threw my hat in the ring wherever it needed to be to make a living. And even over here in Australia, I still did a fair bit of construction, did a lot of fly in, fly out work, and since this crazy stuff has happened in the world, I've had to get back on the tools again, unfortunately. But waiting for things to kick off, so I'll get back to doing what I love doing, playing music.
Yeah, true. Obviously, the pandemic's made a lot of changes to a lot of people in the world, and I'm one of them as well. Of course, we started the Country Thunder Network from the pandemic, so while I was stuck at home, I needed something to do, so we set up the new radio station, and we set up Dax Chats, and here we are. So from my standpoint, good things come out of it, but from artist standpoints, it's been a hell of a ride.
Yeah, it's been really rough. We've basically been shut down since February, and there hasn't been any gigs happening. I have my first gig coming up this Saturday since the end of February. So it's good that things are starting to move a little bit, and hopefully they stay open and things keep progressing.
Well, it changes day on day in Australia, doesn't it? Obviously Victoria's had some issues, and they're now getting mass numbers of confirmed cases, and I think Sydney's now starting to get more and more cases coming back. So it might creep back up the coast yet. Who knows?
Here, and it's not going to go anywhere soon until they find a cure for the vaccine. Then we have to live with it. This is the new normal, so we have to make do with it and kind of work around it.
That is correct. That's what I keep saying. It is the new normal. And the way I look at it is that the common cold, which I've just had, has not gone away, and there's a vaccine for that, but it doesn't get rid of it. So I don't think there will ever be a miracle cure for what this is, and we'll just have to live with it. And I think it'll keep coming back year on year like the common cold does.
That's right. You know, it's the same thing as all the other ones that went around. You know, the bird flu, swine flu, and every other thing that's come out of all these other different places in the world that we have to deal with, and we deal with it. And that's the beauty of the human race. You know, we will
That's
rise.
right. We will, yes, yes, we will rise. Now, you've brought out this album, and the first single is, of course, "I Will Rise." Now, from my standpoint, listening to the song, that's talking about the naysayers, the ones that don't believe that you can do something, and you're basically saying, "Hey, I'm not listening to you. I can do things. I can get up, and I will rise. I will rise above all of that nonsense."
It's that, and it's a whole lot more, really. You know, and it's about every aspect of life. And
Mm,
I wrote the song. I wrote the song years ago, and hence the album "Never Too Late." It took me this long to get it out there. But the song was written is that everybody goes through hardships in their life, and it doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter what you know, if you're male or female. It doesn't matter if you're black or white or yellow or pink or blue. You know,
mm,
and doesn't matter what level of society you live in, everybody gets affected by something and
mm,
brings you down.
mm,
So, and with the video of the "If I Will Rise," we focused on the domestic side of it, domestic abuse
mm,
side,
mm,
and wanted to show that, you know, domestic abuse is just not against women, but it's against men, it's against elderly, and
mm.
it touched everybody, from the young to the very old, to, like I say, across the board. And that's what we wanted to touch on. And I grew up in a very poor environment, and there was a lot of stuff that happened that, you know, people just don't want to talk about. But like I say, everybody goes through something, and my story is no different than someone else's. So
Mm,
it's just letting people know that it doesn't matter if you're going through something now or if you've gone through it, whether it's you know, 5 minutes ago, 5 years ago, or 20 years ago, you will
mm.
rise out of, you know, it takes everybody a little bit longer to get out of whatever they're in, but you will come out of it, and you come out of it stronger.
And that's true. I mean, you know, if I look back at my own life, you know, I've been homeless, I've been broke, you know, I've had businesses collapse and fail, and you know, I'm still pushing on, and you just do rise from the ashes and start all over again.
And that's
Yeah.
that's all you can do as a human. The human race, you know, that's what we're designed to do. Whatever
Mm,
challenges at us, we just face it head on, and
mm.
if it knocks us down, we get up and fight back again, and either find a way through it or find a way around it, but we'll rise around it.
Correct, correct. And you have found a way to rise above the new normal. You've been doing some live feeds on your Facebook page for I think for your fans in Australia and your fans in Canada. So I think you've been working on two different time zones.
It's funny, like we have people in North America, we have people in Europe that you know, has been following me, in South America, all over Africa, and
Mm,
even through Asia. You know, people have been jumping in and saying
mm,
hey and requesting songs. So it really shows how small the world really is. You know,
mm,
it's easy to reach out and touch someone. And it's amazing how many people have following in Europe now, and
mm.
it's just it, it's mind blowing, really.
Well, you know, I think that's a lot to do with radio as well, because you know, as you know, the Country Thunder Network goes out to around 50 countries a day, and that includes parts of Africa, parts of Europe, the Canada, the US, Australia, New Zealand. We're all over the place, and I think since we've started this radio station, we've built a huge momentum, which I didn't think was possible. I thought this was just going to be something to occupy my time while I was going through this pandemic, but it's become so huge so quickly. And I've had other artists say the same thing, that, you know, because of the airplay that they've been getting from the Country Thunder Network, they've been getting fans coming in from left, right, and centre all over the world, and they just don't know how it happened. And I think it's got a lot to do with radio.
Absolutely, and radio is a big part of one of our tools that we have to use to get out there. And it wasn't for radio, it wasn't for guys like you doing what you do. And by the way, you're doing a fantastic job, and thank you for spinning my tunes. Appreciate it. But if it
No problem.
wasn't for radio, how would people hear our stuff? Other than when we go out and play a gig here and there. So
That-
radio is an essential part of getting our music out there.
Correct, correct. And that's funny that you say that, because so many young people these days, talk about Spotify and Spotify playlists and Apple Music and Apple Music playlists and all of this new technology. But I think radio still has a big influence on society. I don't think streaming is the be all and end all of things.
Absolutely, radio is it's been there for many many years, and it'll be here for many years to come. It's just how easy it is to just turn the radio on and just get a good variety of whatever you want to hear,
Mm,
and
mm.
it's good. It's always going to
And
be
it
there. Yeah.
and where I mean, I love it. I play my radio station day in day out. It's a 24/7 in my house. um, but what's next for you? Are you going to release another single from this album? Are you recording new material? What's coming up for you?
And yes, the next single is going to be coming out fairly shortly. It's probably going to be mid to the end September. It'll be coming out, and
Hmm.
that'll be Jack Daniels be coming out that song.
Okay,
So
I'm going to go and have a listen to that. I had a bit of a listen to it today, just briefly. You got on your website. There's like 30-second increments of the songs that you can play from Spotify. So I was just like listening to a bit of that. That's going to be a good song.
it's a fun tune. It's one of those ones where it doesn't. It could be Jack Daniels or Bundy, or it could be Jimmy Walker or anything, Johnny Walker. I mean,
Yeah.
but it could be anything like that. Whatever your medicine is, and
Yep.
it tends to lead us astray from time to time, and that's a little bit of a story. What happened? I went out
Yeah.
one night and got on Jack, and the story unfolded.
Everybody needs a good drinking song. That's what I say. Like my single in 2018 was called "The Whiskey." It was every country artist has to have a good drinking song.
Right? And we've all been there.
Absolutely, absolutely. So obviously, you said the pandemic's changed the world. It is the new normal, as we say. You're hoping that gigs start coming back. Do you see that the virtual world that you've been using is now something that you could use as part of a tool in promoting your music, even if the pandemic is all said and done?
Yeah, absolutely. It's been good. It's been able to keep us in touch with the fans, and you can't get out there in front of them. So this is the second best way of doing it, I guess.
Mhm.
And I haven't done any live videos for a little bit here. Just been busy doing other work. Not that I want to, but I have to.
Got to pay the bills, right? Yeah. Yeah.
They're helping to do that. So,
Mm. That's it. That's it.
but no, multimedia has been an absolutely wonderful way of getting out and getting in touch with people and interacting. So, doing the live feeds, people can ask you questions, they can request a song, and it's just good to stay in touch that way. So, and
I
I'm
did
going to get
request. I did request a song. I remember requesting a song probably about a month or so back when I watched one. It was a Paul Brandt song called "My Heart Has a History," and the reason I said that is because you've got that low baritone voice, and I just reckon that you could really pull that song off. I loved Paul Brandt when he was out in the 90s. He was a brilliant entertainer. He had a couple of great songs, and "My Heart Has a History" has always been one of my favorite Canadian songs, actually.
And it's funny you said that, because I did remember you saying that, and just as you said that, I'd said it at the same time. But yeah, I do remember that, and I've actually never ever sung that song, but I will definitely I'll definitely learn that one. And the next live video I do, I give you my word that I will do it for you.
make sure you tag me so I know you're doing it. It's like, okay, this is because I might not be there, and so if you tag me, I might be able to get on there to see it live or at least watch the replay because I do get busy these days. How have you found circumnavigating the virtual world? Because obviously, the reason we don't go live with these interviews is because the live space has become so full because every artist in the world is doing something live, and so I decided that it wasn't in our best interest to put these interviews out on the live stream because we might be competing with another artist. We might be competing with Robert Ross, or we might be competing with Casey Barnes, or we might be competing with somebody in Canada, depending on what time slot we actually fit it into. So how do you feel that you've been going in the virtual world with all the lack of space in the live space these days?
No, it's been it's kind of interesting. We've been very lucky that every time we've done a live feed, there's been no interruptions and it's just gone through nice and smooth. And I give I don't take any credit for that, of course. I have to give all the credit to my wife on that one because all I do is I sit in front of the camera and sing and talk. I get the easy part.
and she does all the back end work. I know. Sometimes I can hear her talking to you through on the camera when she's checking all the messages and you're there at the front. I can hear her saying, "Oh yeah, Dax has just tuned in from my Country Thunder's tuned in. I've heard that."
Very good. Like and I give her full credit for where we're at today with the music. Getting the album out there, getting the single released. She's been the driving force behind me. It's not that I'm lazy. I just don't care much for that whole pushing myself, advertising and things like that. And I've only gotten used to doing interviews and that as of late because I've been forced to do it. But for the most part, I don't like talking about myself. I'd rather talk about someone else and talk about someone else's music, and I enjoy what I'm doing, and I just like playing music. I like just giving it out to the people.
Right. So then I have a question for you. See, you like talking about other people. Obviously, your next single's coming out very soon. But if we were to talk about anybody else, who is your favorite recent song right now?
Oh my goodness, that's a tough one, really. I don't know how recent it is, but it's actually not that recent. But it's one that I've actually taken onto my repertoire, and it's funny because my wife had said you should learn this song, and I said nah, it's a chick tune, and it's really not me. So anyway, I kind of just pushed it aside, and then when I started doing the live feeds on Facebook, I kept on getting this request for this song. It's like, oh, well, maybe I should think about it. And then another request come in for the song. I said, all right, I'm going to learn it. So the song is "My Church," and
yeah. I heard you do that. That's you did a good version of it too.
Yeah, so that's kind of it's kind of jumped up into one of my favorite modern tunes, I guess. So
yeah, Maren Morris. Maren Morris is just fantastic, phenomenal.
House, just a beautiful voice, and in the delivery of the song is just she does an incredible job. So yeah, thank you to her for putting that song out there, and thanks for the people who requested me doing it.
Yeah. So are you working on a new album as well? I know you've got the new single coming out, but are you working on new tunes for a new album?
Yeah, I've been writing, and as much as I can, and my real passion has been interrupted by going out and doing other work. But yeah, I need about 3 more songs to pen, and then I'll be ready for the next album. I'll have a full album again. And this one, I have some great tunes coming up on this one. And like the first album I put out here, it's Never Too Late. very solid songs. I believe they're solid songs, and
Mm,
I'm the type of person I don't think I would ever record a song just for the sake of recording it. I have to believe in it,
mm, mm.
and and that's the only way I'm going to record it. And when I record it, I think to myself, would I go out and buy that album? Would I buy that song? And if I can't say yes to it, then I really wouldn't expect someone else to put it out, to put money out to buy it. So, and
Yep.
that's a kind of love. I love the songs. I love what I write, and I've hundreds of songs I've written. But will they all make it to recording? Probably not, because they don't meet my standard, and I'm probably the most critical person of myself in the world. And so anyway, it's just yeah, I have some great tunes coming up for this next album.
I think many artists, I mean, including myself, are the same. I mean, we're highly critical of ourselves and our own writing. And like I used to write quite a lot. Now I don't, because I've just got past. Obviously I do radio now, but I'm just like, when I do write a song, and my latest one is actually being recorded by somebody else, which I thought is very interesting. It's just been produced by Bill Chambers down in the Central Coast. I'm like, I'd never believed in my wildest dreams that one of my songs would be produced by Bill Chambers. So I'm looking forward to hearing it.
It's incredible. Like it's I haven't had my stuff done by anyone else. I've kept everything quite personal, and they're my babies,
Mm,
and I'm quite hesitant to release it out. But I've had a lot of people who express interest, and I can only imagine what you feel like, being able just wanting to hear what that person is doing for it, and or
mm,
to it
mm.
for it. And
Yeah,
it's
well, I
anytime
think,
anytime you go through the
yeah,
recording process and bringing another um, uh, like a guitar player or a bass player or whatever from wherever,
mm,
you just never know if it's going to match what you hear in your head. Because I'm
yeah,
sure when you write a song, you hear what you believe that song is going to be.
yeah,
So, and then you try to take your idea and put it in someone else's head so that they put it through their instrument to portray your song. It's
mm,
always that little, well, is it going to come out the way I hear it in my head? So
mm.
it's
Well,
it's
I was a bit lucky with that, because I started writing this song. I can't say too much about it yet, but I started writing this song about 2 years ago in 2018, and then I just shelved it because it wasn't sitting right. As you say, we are all, you know, our own worst critics, right? So I shelved it because it just wasn't sitting right. And when the pandemic started, and I just pulled it out. I was looking through my phone and saw it there, and I went, oh, let's try and start writing this again. And I was like, I want another perspective on this. So I contacted this person that ended up co-writing it with me, and so that was an interesting thing, because I've never been one to actually co-write, and the last two songs that I've actually written have been co-writes. The Whiskey was written by myself, and then touched up by Troy Kemp. So and this new one that's being released by the co-writer, not by me. Yeah, she just came along and went, let's try this, bang 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 bang, and we both did. If you look back on our Facebook pages, you'll see what the song's called, because we both did a video of it and posted it on Facebook. So we both had, this is my style, this is her style, and so I'm looking forward to seeing what Bill Chambers actually brings to it.
yeah, I look forward to hearing it.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, thank you very much for your time. It's been wonderful chatting to you, and I do wish you all the best with obviously the live gigs and everything opening up again, and hopefully getting back to some sort of normal. As you say, this is the new normal, and we don't know how long the new normal is going to last for. I wish you luck with the new single coming out, which is called Jack Daniels. I'm looking forward to that one, and looking forward to hearing a new album too.
Thank you, Dax, and I really appreciate you spinning my tunes and what you're doing for all of us, our artists. It's like I say, you're a very important part to getting our material out there. So thank you very much.
Thank you, mate. You have a great day. All right. All right, that was Robert Ross, and this has been Dax Chats for another episode, proudly supported by Neon Horse in Stanhope, Victoria. Until next time, thank you for joining us. See you later.